Some cars whisper. This one screams through a supercharger and doesn't apologize for it. Welcome back to Prime Car Culture, and today we are standing in front of arguably the most extreme production Mustang Ford has ever built. The 2027 Ford Mustang GTD, a car that trades the muscle car rulebook for a supercar's playbook and somehow keeps its soul intact. Before we even open a door, just look at this stance. Wide, low, and aggressive, like it's already leaning into a corner while parked. This is not a car built to impress on a spec sheet alone. It's a car built to humiliate exotics on a racetrack while still wearing a galloping pony badge, and every single surface on this body has a job to do. Let's start right up front, because this is where the GTD tells you exactly what kind of car you're dealing with. That massive open-mouth grille isn't there for looks. It's a functional air intake designed to feed the supercharged engine and cool the front-mounted radiators that keep this monster alive under sustained track abuse. And the mesh pattern you see isn't decorative either. It's engineered to manage airflow density at triple-digit speeds. Look closely at the lower splitter and the dive planes flanking the grille. These are motorsport-derived aero pieces borrowed from Ford's own GT3 race program, designed to generate real downforce, not just visual drama. Now shift your eyes up to the headlights, and you'll notice they sit lower and more menacing than a standard Mustang, wrapped in a sharp, angular housing that looks like it's been chiseled rather than molded. These LED units aren't just about visibility, they're part of the car's identity, giving it that unmistakable predator glare, whether you're staring at it in a garage or watching it disappear down a straight in your mirrors. And right beside them, those signature tri-bar daytime running lights ignite with a crisp, clean glow that has become one of the most recognizable lighting signatures in the entire automotive world. 3 slashes of light that say Mustang before you even see the badge. Walk around to the side, and your eyes are immediately pulled toward the wheels, because these aren't just wheels, they're structural art. Forged aluminum, wrapped in Michelin Cup 2 tires developed specifically for this car, with center-lock hardware borrowed straight from race car engineering to shave rotational weight and improve heat dissipation under hard braking. Behind them, you can catch a glimpse of massive carbon ceramic brake rotors clamped by red calipers, hardware that wouldn't feel out of place on a Le Mans prototype. Moving further along the body, the door handle is a small detail with a big story. Flush, minimal, and aerodynamically considered, because in a car obsessed with cutting through air, even something as simple as a handle has to earn its place on the surface. The side mirrors continue that same philosophy, mounted on slender carbon fiber stalks that reduce drag and turbulence, while still giving the driver a crystal-clear rear view during high-speed track sessions. Everything here is deliberate, nothing is accidental, and that's the story of this entire vehicle. Now let's head to the rear, where things get even more theatrical. The taillights carry forward that signature tri-bar design language, glowing with a deep, saturated red that looks almost liquid at night, instantly recognizable even from a distance, tying this hypercar fighter visually back to the humble Mustangs that started it all decades ago. Just below them, you'll notice the exhaust setup. A titanium system engineered not just for aggressive sound, but for reduced back pressure and weight savings, because every single gram matters when you're chasing a sub-7-minute Nürburgring lap. The exhaust note from this supercharged V8 is deep, mechanical, and slightly unhinged, a sound that reminds you this is still, at its core, an American muscle car wearing a tracksuit. And of course, we can't move past the rear without pointing out that towering wing sitting above the trunk. Active, adjustable, and functional, it's constantly working with the front aero elements to balance the car at speed, deploying more angle for cornering grip or flattening out for top speed runs. Right in the middle of all this drama sits the brand emblem, the galloping horse, small in size but massive in meaning, a symbol that's been representing raw American performance since the 1960s, now stamped onto what might be the most technologically advanced Mustang in history. Let's step inside now, because the exterior is only half the story here. Pulling open the door reveals a cabin that feels closer to a race car than a road car, built with purpose and precision rather than excess. The dashboard stretches out in a driver-focused layout, wrapped in a mix of Alcantara and carbon fiber trim. Minimal buttons, minimal distraction, maximum focus on the road or track ahead. Grip the steering wheel, and you immediately notice it's not round in the traditional sense. It's a flat-bottom design, wrapped in grippy suede-like material, with a thick rim that feels substantial in your hands, and drilled paddle shifters mounted behind it that are actually machined from aerospace-grade materials. A nod to Ford's aerospace heritage that most owners will proudly tell you about. Right behind that wheel sits a fully digital instrument cluster, sharp, configurable, and capable of switching between different display modes depending on whether you're cruising or attacking a lap, showing real-time data like tire temperatures, brake bias, and lap timing information that most road cars simply don't offer. Just to the right, the infotainment screen is angled toward the driver, running Ford's latest software with clean graphics, quick response times, and integrated performance data logging so you can review your track sessions lap by lap, corner by corner, almost like professional race telemetry. Down on the center console, everything feels purposeful. Drive mode selectors, suspension adjustment controls for that innovative dual ride height system, and switches that let you toggle between comfortable street manners and track-ready stiffness in seconds. The gear shifter itself is unlike anything else in this segment, a rotary dial in some configurations, milled and finished to feel like a piece of jewelry rather than a simple mechanical component, and reportedly crafted using leftover titanium stock sourced from retired fighter jet manufacturing, a detail that sounds almost too wild to be true, but perfectly fits the personality of this car. Slide into the front seats and you'll immediately notice they're not just seats, they're racing buckets, hand-tailored, wrapped in suede, with laser-etched detailing, offering serious lateral support for high G cornering, while still remaining livable for a spirited street drive. As night falls and the ambient lighting kicks in, the cabin transforms completely. Soft accent lighting tracing the contours of the dashboard and door panels, creating a mood that feels equal parts luxury lounge and cockpit briefing room. A subtle reminder that this car isn't just about brutal performance, it's about theater too. Speaking of the door panels, run your hand across them and you'll feel genuine leather stitching, precise and consistent, contrasted against exposed carbon fiber weave in certain trim areas. A combination that whispers craftsmanship even while the rest of the car screams speed. Now, let's get to the heart of it all, because everything we've seen so far exists to serve what's happening under that long, vented hood. Pop it open and you're greeted by an engine bay that looks more like a race shop than a factory floor. Everything is exposed, everything is functional, carbon fiber bracing, visible plumbing, and not a single wasted inch of space. Front and center sits a supercharged 5.2-liter V8, a heavily reworked evolution of Ford's legendary Predator engine, now pushing out a staggering 815 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque, numbers that put this Mustang firmly in supercar territory. Lean in closer, and you'll spot the modified supercharger with its smaller pulley, engineered specifically to extract more boost, feeding an engine that also benefits from a first-of-its-kind dry sump oil system for this platform, a feature that allows for sustained high-G cornering without starving the engine of lubrication, something absolutely critical when you're chasing serious lap times. That dry sump setup also allows the engine to spin more freely, pushing the red line up to a screaming 7650 RPM, a number that feels almost unreasonable for a pushrod-descended American V8, yet here it is, delivering it with authority. Power from this monster travels through a carbon fiber drive shaft to a rear-mounted 8-speed dual-clutch transaxle, a layout chosen specifically to achieve near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution, transforming the traditional Mustang formula into something far more balanced and far more capable in the corners. This is a car engineered around a singular obsession: extracting supercar performance from an unmistakably American platform, and every shot we've captured today, from that snarling front grille to this exposed, breathing engine bay, tells a piece of that obsession. The 2027 Ford Mustang GTD isn't just the fastest, most powerful Mustang ever built. It's a statement, proof that a nameplate born on American streets can go toe-to-toe with the finest performance machines on the planet, all while keeping its unmistakable identity intact. If this deep dive into the Mustang GTD got your pulse up even slightly, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because this is exactly the kind of automotive obsession we live for here on Prime Car Culture. We bring you up close, detailed, cinematic looks at the world's most incredible machines, and there is so much more coming your way. Drop a comment down below and let us know what car you want to see featured next. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed riding along with us today, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, this has been Prime Car Culture, and we'll catch you on the next drive.